So I think over here in North America, regardless of how mystical we think we are separated just a little bit from it. And so sometimes I have to stop and question, what did I just see? How did that happen? Even if I have participated in it, sometimes the mathematical reality of what transpires is kind of a shock. So, but as far as the one thing that stands out for me, again, I apologize for the long answers, but for me it was a couple of passage rites that I had to participate in. As a member of the New Orleans Voodoo Spiritual Temple, I was on the first flight from Buffalo to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina to help Priestess Miriam and her husband not only gut their house, which was under 8 feet of water for all those weeks, but help restore the Voodoo Spiritual Temple, which was in the French Quarter, didn't incur too much damage, but to get it back up and running before Halloween was a big deal. I went down there for a few weeks to do that. One of the passage rites for people like myself, especially in the Southern and New Orleans Voodoo tradition, was to spend a night sleeping upon a certain tomb in the St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, which is where Marie Laveau's famous Voodoo Queen's tomb is. That's not easy to do because up until Hurricane Katrina, the St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 was surrounded by a ferocious, dangerous housing project, and no one that looked like me was going to be climbing a fence, which is illegal to begin with. Climbing a fence into that cemetery, you go to jail. But if you looked like me and were in that cemetery, I don't know what would have happened. People just didn't go in that neighborhood at night. That were white, and needed certain people of color, to be honest. It was a very dangerous neighborhood. But after Hurricane Katrina, the neighborhood was abandoned, the city was evacuated, and I went to have a look, and the gate to the cemetery was gone. The water took it away. So I realized this was a chance for me to participate and fulfill something that was a challenge to me. And so I rolled the dice, as you say, and defied curfew, and I went in there one night, and I managed to document by photos and such my time spent on this particular tomb. And I did something similar in Mexico, in a crypt attached to a pyramid that I wasn't supposed to be in at night as well. So those